My name is Genesis.
Can you tell me about your experience being a part of Passion 127?
So this is my 5th year being a part of Passion 127, and I typically help with putting the script together. I typically help with directing actors with the part that they're going to be playing in the play. And it didn't start that way. Initially, Passion 127 was an Easter play that we would hold when I was a kid, and we had done it for several years, and we had taken a pause between the last time we did it, which was about 2014, I think, and we brought it back. We were just having a conversation and started talking about how we enjoyed the play so much. The people that were part of the leadership for the play, we enjoyed being a part of it. We felt like it always brought people together, and people were able to learn about the story of Jesus. And so in 2022 was the first year that we brought it back. We retouched the script, and we've been doing it ever since. And so one of the most impactful things that I find in being a part of the play is being able to work one-on-one with individuals, where at first they may come in feeling shy, they may not know what they want or what they are trying to portray as an actor. And as we continue to work one-on-one, we kind of mentor them into the role that they're going to play, and we see how much they grow. From the first moment they audition, they may be like, I don't know how to act, or they're in their shell, and then during practices, they start to come out of their shell, and they do amazing work. And so that's the most rewarding thing for me, is being a part of the process of pulling things out of people to reach the potential that we know they can reach.
So my question for you, how does it impact you spiritually?
Yeah, so I think one of the most impactful things that I experienced in Passion 127 was this last year that we did. Every year we usually read the book of John together. And so this past year that we did the play, I was reading through the book of John, and it was like this year it just hit me different. So as I was reading, it was like the words were coming to life. So as I was reading about the character of Jesus and that he is God and all these things that the book of John talks about, it was bringing everything that we talk about or that we show in the play to life. And so even just in services that we would have, I would remember what I was reading in the book of John, and then during worship or things that we were doing a part of the service, it was like I was more aware of God's presence there. And so it was like what we were showing in the play was visually connecting with what I was reading, and it was just allowing me to recognize God more in those moments. And so yeah, the play, I love the play. It's something that I could talk about all day. And I think it's just a beautiful production of what Jesus did for us, and how he reaches individuals no matter what background that they have, whether they're a tax collector or they struggle with, they have a sickness or a disease, and Jesus still met them where they were at. And the play shows that Jesus cares about every person and desires for them to know him.
What's one of your not favorite things, but that you look forward towards during the play?
I think my favorite thing about the play as we prepare are the rehearsals, because we get to connect with people and get to learn more about them. So let's say during normal services that we may not always have an opportunity to talk or kind of get to know one another, but during rehearsals, we get that opportunity because we're spending so much time with different individuals. And as we rehearse, we also do improv activities. So it's a lot of fun for people to take part and get out of their shell and, just be in the moment. And so rehearsals.
So for you, because you're a mimer, how had that experience of just miming with everybody been?
Yeah, the mime is also one of my favorite parts of the play. I think that it can be emotional because we're essentially playing the role of the angels that when Mary and some of the other women came to the tomb, they saw that Jesus' body wasn't there, and there was an angel that told them that he was alive and that they didn't need to cry and to go and tell the others, that Jesus is alive. And so in that part of the play, it's such a powerful moment where we're like, he's not dead. And there's so much emotions and things that come with it. For me personally, as we prepare for the play, every year there's always been something that has spiritually happened in my life, where there's relationships that may end, where there's a lot of spiritual warfare that happens. And for me, reaching the day of the play and doing the mime is like the final, everything that I went through this year was worth it. And it's leading up to this moment where we're gonna testify that Jesus is alive. And every time we do the mime in the play, it brings me back to all the things that I've gone through during that season of preparing for the play. And it's like, I'm gonna give it my all because God kept me through all of this. And so
what would be your encouragement for other actors during this play, or future actors who experience the same thing as you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the main thing is to remember your why, remember why you're doing it. My dad will always tell me during difficult moments to use the things, my struggles, the things, all the spiritual warfare as fuel to keep me locked in, you know? And sometimes I think we're more resilient than we think. And so hardships come, whether you're, a follower of Christ or not, but sometimes it can hit very hard when we are doing things for the kingdom of God, because we do have an enemy, right? And so I think as you're preparing, there's gonna be things that come, but a lot of it tests your character, and it just allows you to stay, to learn more about who God is during those struggles. And so I think the most important thing is to remember your why, remember why you're doing this, and then you're not alone in the struggles. And so there's a lot you can learn. We are hosting the play on April 3rd and April 4th. So that's a Friday and a Saturday right before Easter Sunday. And the tickets can be purchased for a donation of $10 on our website. The website is nlwc127.com. And so we're excited.